Well, it turns out in this report there's evidence that in fact Goldman Sachs was an even bigger winner than we thought. They received $2.9 billion from the American International Group, or AIG, as a payout on a trade it made after AIG was bailed out by taxpayers. But details. What does all this mean? To answer this, we go to Kingston, New York, and the director of the Trends Research Institute, Gerald Celente. Gerald, just wondering your analysis of these findings. Was it anything new, and what will actually be done?
No, it's not new. Go back to 2008. We sent out a trend alert. DC hijacked by Wall Street. It's the greatest heist in American history. What a surprise that Goldman Sachs got $3 billion. Who was the Treasury Secretary under Bush when the AIG deal came down? Oh, Henry Paulson. Where was he from? Gee, wasn't he the former chairman of Goldman Sachs? And look who Obama brought in now as his new chief of staff, Bill Daley, from that wonderful Daley family in Chicago. You know, that machine that's entrenched. And where did he come from? Gee, I think he was vice chairman of JP Morgan Chase. I mean, come on. Only an idiot, an imbecile, or an ideologue can't see the deal over here. Wall Street has hijacked Washington.
So dare I ask then, what was the point of this report?
It's a whitewash like all the rest of them. You know what's going to happen. As they say, no heads roll. You see Goldman Sachs gets fined. They get a slap on the wrist compared to their earnings. Bank of America gets fined for their dirty dealings. No heads roll. The only heads that are reserved to roll are we the people. And that's the way the deal works. The police have become nothing more than enforcers for the crime bosses. The big guys are off limits. Don't touch them. They're the white shoe boys. And they can't bust the gangs on the streets. They're too tough and wily. So who do they go after? They go after us. Look, this has been going on a long time. These commissions are nothing more than whitewashes. Who's running the commissions? The Republicans and the Democrats, the people that take the money from these stock brokerage firms, from these investment firms, but they have nice language for it. They call them campaign contributions. Could any adult say bribes and payoffs?
Gerald, I want to switch gears a little bit right now. I'm not sure to what extent you've been focusing on everything, but there's a lot going on sort of on a global scale. Japan seems to be getting kicked while it's already down. I know their credit rating was diminished. Their outlook changed from stable to negative. In your opinion, how big of a deal is this? And to what extent should Americans be paying kind of close attention to what happens there?
It's huge. And look what's going on in Europe. It hasn't been solved. Remember the Greek debt crisis? Ireland is in a depression. The UK, we just saw the numbers come out. Oh, unexpectedly, they're back in recession. You're going to see it in Belgium. You're going to see it in Italy. You're going to see it in Spain. Look what's going on in Tunisia and Egypt. We said it. It's youth of the world unite. You're seeing revolutions starting to break out. It's not only confined to the Arab nations, as the mainstream media are having us believe. You're seeing debtor nations go into default, and they cannot save the system by printing more digital money, not worth the paper it's not printed on.
Is China really, is it that soon that we should really start learning Mandarin, all of us?
China's a real threat. They're a military threat as well. We saw their new stealth fighter. One of the gentlemen talked about China's technology. Let's get this straight. It's not China's technology. It's the United States technology. It's Japan's technology. It's Siemens from Germany's technology. That was the deal. You do business in China, you have to give them their technology. The stealth fighter that they have, the aircraft carrier destroying missiles that they have, all the tough talk about how the United States could beat China militarily is just that. It's tough talk. The United States can't beat a bunch of Afghans with sandals and light arms. So no, it's China's a real threat. And let's get this other thing straight. It's not about kicking butt. Let's put it into perspective. Would you like a job making $50 a week in manufacturing? You can have one if you go to China. So that's what this is all about. It's a communist country. It's a totalitarian dictatorship. You make the rules, and the people play by them. So China is a real threat. And the United States, I just heard President Obama say, the game has changed during his State of the Nation address. No, the game has changed, but not because of what he said. It's because of NAFTA and the World Trade Organization. They sold the country out, and China bought it real cheaply.
Just real briefly, Gerald, I know here in the United States today, a hot topic of conversation, Social Security, the weak economy affecting its lifeline. Some people even estimating it will totally run out by 2037. Your comments on that?
Well, you know, again, if we could bail out these companies to the tunes of tens of trillions of dollars, what's the big deal here with Social Security? That always becomes the whipping boy. Look, people put their money into this thing like I do and everybody else does. When you retire, you want a piece of it back. So the government is being run very inefficiently at a lot of different levels, and they keep going to Social Security to make that look like the bad guy. Hey, how about the defense budget? $1 trillion a year, both on and off related defense-related issues. So again, Social Security is only political talk to rile the people up.
Once again, all of this interconnected. Gerald Celente, Director of Trends Research Institute.